I hope you're doing very well. Well, if you're not doing fine, calm down. By the end of the show, you will learn one or two, and trust me, it will make you feel better. Yes, you heard me right. If you're here for the very first time, welcome to NaijaPairs TV, where we talk about love, relationship, marriages, and everything in between. And we dive into entrepreneurship and business. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for staying loyal. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Thank you for liking our video and commenting. It means a whole lot to us. Now, today we'll be diving more into entrepreneurship and business. And in that light, we have brought a business guru to shed some light into the business world. You should stay tuned with us because I will be making an introduction of him right after this commercial. And do not forget, I am Mary Jeremiah and I am your host. Stay tuned.
NaijaPairs is an online dating platform with an app created to bring wedding vendors closer to their clients. We are after the happiness and fulfillment of every vendor. Visit www.NaijaPairs.com to get started and change your business space entirely. NaijaPairs, the website just for you.
Welcome back, beautiful viewers at home. I am Mary Jeremiah and I remain your host. Before we left, I told you that we're bringing a business guru in our midst to shed light into the business world with us. Right, so we're going right into it. Hello, sir. How do you do?
I'm very fine. I'm doing well.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you. Everyone, we have Mr. Bankole Olanrewaju, CEO-Nutri Local, a subsidiary of Nutri Food and Beverages. So hello, sir. Why did you decide to go into entrepreneurship? Why entrepreneurship?
Okay. If I may say, right from my childhood, I've always loved big things. And I'm the kind of person that loves to do things.
Okay.
And I can say sometimes, let me just start like this. Some years ago, I was doing my IT while I was in school. So there was a particular office that I was attached to.
Okay.
And anytime I sit in the office, I was always dozing. Right from those days, I knew
this was not for you.
This is not for me. I can't do it.
Right.
Anytime I hear somebody coming, I will have to jack up quickly.
Jack up again.
So I knew I should be doing what I have passion for. Something creatively, something creative. So from then, I've always known I should be an entrepreneur. I should be able to sit down, do something, and come out with a very good result that will make me happy.
Right.
So, because if I'm actually working for somebody, I will not get the kind of satisfaction.
You won't feel fulfilled.
I'm having now.
Right.
That's just it.
All right, I see. So, how many years have you been into entrepreneurship?
This is my, if I may say, it's about 5 years now.
Wow.
Yes.
And how has it been for you?
It's been great. It's been rough. It's been tough. And the result has been very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I want to know about that tough and rough part. What has been the tough part of entrepreneurship for you? And how have you been able to scale through and sustain yourself to this very moment?
If you're an entrepreneur in Nigeria, without thinking twice, the toughest part of being an entrepreneur in Nigeria is the financial aspect. You have an idea.
Right.
You are burning with passion.
Right.
But you don't have enough fund to push it. And that has always been the major challenge. And that's the same challenge I had when I started. You woke up with so many ideas inside of you, but execution is the problem because of the finance. And the commercial banking are not doing very well because they are always out there looking for ready-made entrepreneurs. So for those who are just coming up, you really have to face so much
to battle with finances
before you get through. So finance is one of the major we have faced. And another thing, another problem is getting the right people to work with. it's a big problem.
Human resources.
Yes, human resources. The right people. It's not just about being hard work. It's about it's not about being a hardworking person alone. There are a lot of things that are attached. Faithfulness, loyalty, getting somebody who can.
It's transparent.
Yes. So those have been the major challenges we had before we got to this place. But I can say, okay, let me say this. Coming up as an entrepreneur, when I noticed the major problem is finance,
right,
I have to sit down and look for a way to scale that order, to move forward.
Not run away from it.
Not run away from it. Because I discovered that's one of the major problems that young people are facing today. A lot of career have been buried. A lot of dreams have been buried because of it.
Right.
And one of the way you can I tackled that is because it's through engaging my brain. Some things you will have paid for.
Right.
There are things you could have done yourself.
Engage
if
yourself.
You engage
Push
yourself, you could do a lot of things. There are projects that could have cost you 5 million, and you may end up not spending more than 2 million.
Because you have decided to sacrifice.
Decided to do it yourself, right, and engage. Right. So those are the major problems we face.
So in your journey in entrepreneurship, I know there's always this dip that it feels like, will I come out of this? What has been what's the worst experience that you have been faced with in entrepreneurship?
My worst experience has been during the lockdown.
Oh, that year.
During the lockdown. And that can be, if I may say, the lockdown thing is a kind of occurrence that you can't guide against while being an entrepreneur. We are talking about lockdown now.
Right.
There are times some natural disaster, government policy, or some things may not favor what you are doing. And you don't have capacity to make any amendment, because those are external forces working against you. It's only you that you can do something about yourself. You can't do something against those forces. You can only do something about yourself.
How you adapt.
Yes, and being able to plan well and scale through. So during the lockdown, I had a terrible experience. We took some loan, and with all the savings we had before the lockdown, we put it into a project. And the moment we ended the project, lockdown started.
All the plans.
It was tough to the point that to even get money to eat became a big deal.
Oh my God.
And you know how long the lockdown lasted?
Yes. So how were you able to come out of this?
Okay. Some things happened. Referring back to what I said the other time, that you engage your brain.
Right.
I've always come to understand that there is no problem that is bigger than man. No problem that is bigger than man. The whole creation, God handed it over to man to manage.
Yes.
And there has been problem from creation till date.
Right.
And man has been solving problems.
True.
So it's only when you limit yourself. When you limit yourself, you see some mountain insurmountable. You see some problem that are bigger than you, and that is when you go down.
Right.
But if you always see yourself on top of any problem, like this has come, and I must solve it,
right,
you always come out.
Wow.
Ideas will come. It will take so much from you, you will engage. So day and night, I started engaging. What I did was, I knew I was on loan.
Right.
And some of those people, you know, during that time, I think government came with trying to help some business people. Like tell, okay, if you are on loan, some financial institution can give them some advantage and some of those things. But for people like us, I was never able to enjoy any of such. So I know I have my problem to solve myself. So what we do was we calculated what was coming ahead of us. And we try to manage it now. By, okay, I knew between so and so, this is the interest I've accumulated on loan. And we have to sustain. So we have to turn to some organizations that can still fund us.
Right.
Because there's something I've come to understand in entrepreneurship.
Right.
If your supporters don't have trust in you, you won't grow. So I try to go into more loan.
Okay. That must have been risky.
Yes, very risky, because I was playing my last card. I was playing my last card. It was more like getting this to solve this. Interest was accumulating for me, but I was solving the problem. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I do.
Let me give you an instance. I'm owing you 10,000 naira.
Yes.
And at the end of this month, I'm to pay you 11,000 naira.
Right.
For me not to disappoint you and end that relationship, I turned to a friend and I collected 12,000 naira. I pay you 11,000 naira. I have 1,000 naira to take care of myself. And for the fact that I was able to pay your 11,000 naira, it's easy for you to give me another loan.
One.
So when the time for the 12,000 naira I took approach, when it is time to pay back, I quickly turned to the first
that
person that had already settled, got another loan, offset that one. You understand?
Wow,
and that was how I kept on going.
Wow.
At the end of the day, by the time we were coming out of that crisis, I've accumulated about 4 million naira interest on loan. I've accumulated about 4 million naira interest on loan. And I knew we have a business. The business does not have problem. This is a natural, we can call it like a natural disaster.
Actually.
You understand? So the moment is over, we are coming back into business. And the moment we resume business in less than 2 months, I clear all the outstanding.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
And that's just an example. I told you have to engage. Because if you don't engage, like this approach I gave now, you can't use it to solve every other problem.
Because you might not be able to
it. This one, the business is having no problem.
Right. It's just
the natural disaster. So there is an assurance that the moment we come back into business, I'll get it back.
So that takes us to the issue of loan.
Okay.
Do you think it's advisable for an entrepreneur to take a loan? Right. And on what grounds, as an entrepreneur, do you know that, okay, I'm eligible for a loan? So you don't take up, okay, for you, when you took the loan, you knew the statistics of your brand. You knew that when you are back, you will definitely make this money.
Sure.
But for somebody that is not even, you don't have an idea of your cash flow, is that what we call it? Yes. And you go ahead and you take a loan that is, what do you have to say, sir?
Okay. I've seen one or two people that have come to me to ask this question. But I always say, it's always very risky. I can say it's wrong to start a business with a loan. Let me clarify it very well. If you have been in business, and you are starting a new branch, or you are starting you are diverting into another thing, you can take a loan. You are rich, you have money, you have a stable business that can finance whatever loan you take. That's a different thing. But for you just want to start a business and you are going for a loan. It's very, very risky. It's not advisable at all. I keep on saying a good entrepreneur must start with what they have. Start with what you have and grow it. The reason is this: if you take a loan to start a business, remember you don't have any succor anywhere.
Right.
This same business is where you feed yourself, take care of yourself,
Take care of the business
run the
itself.
expenses,
Of the business.
and run the business itself. By the time you are now paying loan and paying interest, the business will be choked because it's a new business.
Right?
So two things are bound to happen. It's either you close down the business and run away. That's the fact. They start calling you up and down. Or you just see you are able to settle back the loan and the business dies.
So at the end of the day, the two options you have, the business still does not survive it.
That's it. Every business needs time to grow. You need time to make customer.
Right.
You need time for people to know you.
Sure.
So if you start with loan, just in a period of about a month or two, you need to start paying back.
Definitely.
How many people have known you then?
How much are you making?
Do you get what I'm saying? Just like when we started our branch in Unilorin to see local, was envisaging about 25,000 naira sales a day. So we didn't start with any loan. We started with what we had. We didn't have a mixer. We thought the snacks and everything we do. There was no money for mixer. There was no money for oven. And we have to start. So we started by making a local oven for 40,000 naira. And the area I was talking about the other time about you engaging.
Yes.
I had to think on how I can put it inside because it was just done like that. So I work on how I can get electric elements that generate heat and put inside. And when the light goes, we use copot and put inside. Though sometimes our snacks will come out black, but little people still understand they came to buy. And we use them to mix all those things. So no mixer, nothing. And we grew. So as at that time, we were envisaging like 25,000 naira sales per day. The first day we had 17,000. The second day we had for 27,000. The next one 60,000.
Wow.
And that was how
we kept growing.
We kept growing. But I'm telling you, if we were having loan to settle that time, we wouldn't have been here we are today. You understand? So I will only advise people to take a loan when you have done your work very well. You know, I keep on saying today, during the lockdown, I took money from shark loans, online rather. As dangerous as they were, I took it from them and I was able to maintain good record. So I know the problem with people is that they are not calculative enough. They are not calculative enough. When I sat down then, I was telling myself, okay, let me run these two. If I run these two, and when it is time to pay them, I get money from somewhere, I pay them, and I take it back.
You know that you are dedicated to what
you get what I'm saying? So this thing is a lot of people take loan for business without being calculative.
Right.
You just discover I want to grow this business. And what do I need? I need a loan. You may end up getting into trouble. And if I will definitely say this. If you are taking a loan for a business, your present income must be able to settle that loan, even if you don't have any increase at all. I don't know if you get what I said. If you don't have any increase at all, your present level should be able to fund the loan. Don't base your repayment on speculations. You are just like, okay, if I invest this 100,000, I should be able to get this.
Be realistic with yourself.
You know, anything can happen.
Right.
So, but if you want to be comfortable and be a successful entrepreneur, you can take loan, but be very objective about what you are doing. And the level you are must be able to service any loan that you are taking.
But why do you think that businesses don't thrive? Like, and aside, this is one of the factors that might reduce the possibilities of a particular entrepreneur thriving in his business. But why do you think the number of what factors, what do you think people are ignorant of that makes their businesses go down?
I think you should.
Yeah, what I'm saying
I
is that
didn't get
the
that
number of
very well.
entrepreneurs, they start today, they cannot continue.
Yes.
So what are the things you think that they did not take note of, that the things that they're not paying attention
Okay.
to?
I think with my little experience,
Right.
reason why a lot of people go down in business, with my little experience, is going into something you don't know much about. Because somebody is doing it. It's very common around now. Somebody is doing a business and you don't know anything about it. Okay, let me cite an instance.
Right.
Somebody seeing you doing a show like this.
Yes.
He likes the way it is and everything, and maybe he sees you driving an SUV, living well, living big, and if you I can't do it. I'm very vocal, I can do this. So he starts his own. And probably the money he will use for makeup,
right,
the money he will use for dress, and some of those things is huge. Yes. He doesn't know about how you do your thing.
Right.
Probably it's your sister that does makeup for you. Probably you even have a boutique somewhere, right, where you just pick a dress and put on.
And then return it and sell it again.
You get what I'm saying? So you don't just see somebody's business and go and pick it and start. Do your own research, understand what you want to do. That's one of the reasons why business go down. I've seen examples of such around me. And then number two is this. One of the reasons why business go down is that if you don't grow with your business, if you don't grow with your business is liable to go down. What I mean growing with your business is this. The business mogul around we hear today, the likes of Dangote, Otedola, and many of them, they grew with their business. The time they have been doing it, that we didn't hear about them. Sure. Some of them started from the level at which each of them started from. But what I know is that they started far longer than when we started hearing
about them.
You understand?
Yes.
So they were growing. They were making mistakes. They were making patches, and they were working on it, and they were growing. So you grow with your business. You are learning. You are learning, you are doing it, you are growing, you are learning. So as the business is growing, you too, your IQ is growing, your knowledge is growing, your understanding is growing. So it's difficult for you to just crash all of a sudden. But for somebody who, let me now put it like this. Let's say your capacity is 10 horsepower.
Right.
And you went and start a business that requires 40 horsepower.
How do you want to cope?
You understand? It's bigger than your level.
Yes.
Or because you are fortunate of getting more money somewhere or whatever. Yes. You won't cope at all. Just like somebody lifting a weight. If you want to start lifting weights, small. This is what I can carry. Before you know it, in a couple of months, you see me carrying 50 kg. 70 kg, 100 kg. So let's say one of my friends just come to gym one day and see me. Is this not Larry carrying this? I can carry it. He might end up breaking his back.
Yes, because it didn't take time to grow into it.
That's how business is. So that's one of the reasons why business go down, because a lot of people are doing copycats.
Right. And not taking their time to calculate. So far in entrepreneurship, how do you measure your success personally? How do you say, oh yes, I'm successful?
As an entrepreneur, the only way I measure my success is looking at my growth. If I'm not growing, I'm not successful. There are a lot of businesses that are not growing. You think you are making money. Okay. Even if they value you at that moment, you are on deficit. You are not growing. They value you and you are on deficit. What I mean by value you is this. Everything you have, right, and the businesses, if they value it in monetary wise, it's even lower than the credit that is on you,
Yeah.
you are not growing. You may not have huge amount of cash in your bank account,
Right.
but by reason of what you have put on ground in your business,
Right.
your business should be giving you positive, not negative.
Yeah.
No, that's how I measure my growth, my success. And another way is to see the growth in the customer base.
Okay.
I see that as one of the yardstick to measure my success. If my customer base is increasing, then definitely I'm doing something that is making that people love.
Yes, and the referral is growing.
And
People are gaining
so
trust.
that's how I measure my success.
Wow. Thank you so much. We have learned a lot from you today. A whole lot.
You are highly welcome.
Yes, sir. So
Highly
viewers at home, we'll be going quickly on a very short commercial break. Please do stay tuned.
NaijaPairs is an online dating platform with an app created to bring wedding vendors closer to their clients. We are after the happiness and fulfillment of every vendor. Visit www.NaijaPairs.com to get started and change your business space entirely. NaijaPairs, the website just for you.
Welcome back, viewers at home. Thank you for staying tuned with us. And like I said from the beginning, that we have a lot to learn. I know that you have learned a lot. For myself, I have learned a whole lot too, ranging from doing things yourself, things that you can avoid spending so much on, to making sure you measure your growth, to being very calculative, and many more. So, Mr. Bankole Olanrewaju, we've been talking about business. What about your love life, your relationship, your marriage? Are you married, sir?
I'm married.
So how are you able to successfully balance business and your relationship that nothing lags?
It's very simple. I always refer to a statement from the Bible that says, "Can two work together except they agree?" And the idea of agreement is what makes marriage and business work together. Before you go into marriage, you must have been doing something.
Right.
Know where you are going. If you want to be a businessman, an entrepreneur, you already knew before you go into marriage.
Definitely.
And it's something you need to have discussed with your partner.
Right.
And this thing, before even discussion, you must have studied your partner for the kind of person she is.
Right.
I'm here today. I told my wife I'm going for a program like this. And if I go like that sometimes from morning to evening, she will not call me. There won't be any disturbance. Right. She knows my day will be busy. Right. And there has never been an issue of you didn't call me and what were you doing. I'm a kind of person that think a lot because I started my own business from the scratch. Right. So I engage my brain a lot. And most of the time, I don't want to be disturbed. And she knows. She understood that. Right. And even sometimes, she does come to me like, I know if you just get quiet and stay alone for a while,
you're thinking,
answer will come. You understand? Right. So she's into what I'm doing. She has the mentality of entrepreneurship. You understand? Right. So imagine me getting married to a woman who don't have value for such. Calling you today, come and take me out. For about a month, you've not taken me out. Or a woman that keep nagging and nagging. If your mind is not at rest, you cannot be a creative person. Right. At all. Right. So I've been able to manage it in a way that I married the person that understands what I do. Right. And he agrees with it. Right. And there has never been an issue. Wow. Most of my staff are female. And she comes around, she has never had problem with any of them. She understands what the business is about. Wow,
that's beautiful. All right, sir. So you own an eatery. People come around, to eat and the likes. Do you ever think that some of the people that are there to eat are there cheating on their partners, having dates at your restaurants? And how does that make you feel?
What actually happened is that we are in the midst of students,
Right.
and like about 99% of them are not married.
Okay.
And I know some of them are into dates, few are engaged, and all
Right.
that. I've never really studied that aspect.
Okay.
What I only notice is I see young people coming to flex and enjoying themselves.
Right.
And we haven't had any issue of, oh, you're sitting with my girlfriend,
Okay.
you brought my girlfriend.
Good records.
So,
So how often do you think couples should go on a date? Like even married, relationship wise?
how often?
Yeah, so do you think it's not a necessity that you step out on a date?
It's very, very good. No matter how busy you are,
Right.
there should be time for things like that.
Right.
But I would say, personally for me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the type that sets standard for relationship or couple, because each relationship and or marriage,
Right.
it's unique. That's just the truth.
Sure.
Each relationship and marriage is unique. There are people, looking at it from, okay, in a marriage, there are couples who don't have sex for 1 year and they are fine.
And they're fine.
That's the truth.
Mm.
But I see some people coming out to say sex is what keeps the marriage going. If you are not, that cannot be a standard. Human beings are brought up different ways. So you can't just set a standard. So I see that one thing I can say is very, very good and very, very important. It fosters intimacy.
Right.
It fosters good communication and everything. So it's something that should be done. But how often is what I can't
really tell. So whatever works for you, but make
Yes.
sure that you have time for your partner.
Sure.
Right. So what do you see to online dating? The whole idea of online dating. Was it in your time? In your younger days?
Yes.
Did you guys have anything like online platforms for dating?
When I was in I think this whole internet thing came out when I was in university.
Okay.
And then there wasn't much of it.
Okay.
Like that. I remember when we started social media, then we started with To Go.
Right.
And, the people meet themselves. The issue of online dating is more dominant now.
No, right.
And I don't think anything is bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody you meet physically or somebody you meet online.
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on if both of you, if the things works out between all of you.
Right.
That's just the fact. When we were growing up, I had an idea. I think that one is not an online. The marriage arrangement between somebody in UK or US and Nigeria.
Oh.
It was common during those days. There wasn't this much internet then.
Right.
They bring the person's picture. He has been there. It's common to like guy in Nigeria and ladies over there bring a picture and said he's looking for a man to marry, looking for a woman to marry. And a lot of people did it and it works fine.
For them.
Sincerely. There are people that did it that I know that are still married till now. Right. I'm talking about something about 25 years ago.
Wow.
20 years ago. And they are married, and I still know that they are still married today.
And they're doing fine.
Yes, they've never seen themselves before. Just bringing pictures
together.
So, and now, you even have opportunity of researching about that person through his social media and do communication and going deeper to know the kind of person he is. So I don't see anything bad about it.
But do you think now that we have a number of online dating platforms, do you think it has done more good or more harm to the relationship world?
The online.
Yes.
I can say the social media itself has done a lot of good and has done a lot of bad.
Bad as well.
That's just the fact. For me, in my own opinion, the bad is more than the good. That's just the truth.
I see.
We've had situations where through this online dating, people were being killed. People were being lured into an hotel. Although some of them were gullible, they weren't smart enough. But it's easy to deceive people. That's just the fact. It's very easy to deceive somebody.
Right.
When we were coming out, when there was no this online something, somebody meeting you and say he likes you, you will know some things about
The person,
where he lives.
family
Even
comes
if
from.
you don't know him, there are people around you that say, I know her sister, I know her. But you're just meeting somebody online and you not know him before. Although you can't write it off, the world is growing, the technology is growing.
Right.
Just that people need to be smart about everything they do. So there are a lot of good relationships that came out of it.
Right.
Very good one. So it's not something bad, it's a very good thing.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, sir. Viewers at home, we have heard from Mr. Bankole Olanrewaju. His idea on online dating. And you know at NaijaPairs, we are strictly into matrimonial dating, right? And vendors. You make sure that you check out our website, www.NaijaPairs.com, because on there we have verified individuals and not people that will scam you. So Mr. Bankole, please can you say a word to entrepreneurs out there? Can you just tell them something to hold on to?
What I would say to entrepreneurs out there is for them to, I'm talking to those around us, Nigeria in particular, even like, particularly about the Japa syndrome that is happening now. A lot of people sold their business and ran away, and it's not necessary. If you believe in what you are doing, sometimes we think it's money we need, and the actual sense is not money. Right. What we need is to engage our brain, sit down. There are times you hire 5 people when you are supposed to have been doing the business alone. That's just the truth. The salary you pay to 5 people will have been a great boost to your business. Right. And makes your business grow faster. So, and everything starts small. The creation itself started small with the word. Let there be. Life. First thing, there was something that was said first before the next one. Right. Before the next one. Naturally. And if you read your Bible very well, I'm a Christian, if you read your Bible very well from the book of Genesis, God said for that, if you have the understanding, everything that God spoke into existence did not come to existence that moment. Because that's the truth. The grasses, the Bible was talking about then there was no grasses yet, because the rain has not started falling. So those things took time. Right. But for the fact that God conceived it, everything God has in the world today, he already conceived it as an idea. Right. And they didn't come into this world once. So it takes time and everything is growing. So that's the system of creation. If you want to be successful in everything you do, you should learn to be patient and build it before your very eyes. It will grow. And I will say this, the snacks we are doing today, I started with a cup of flour. A cup. We mix it and produce a meat pie. And by the time people finish buying that one, we quickly take the money to buy another one. And today we can buy 200 bags of flour. Wow. So it's not something you just walk into one day. Right. We didn't have huge amounts to start. So I believe I will just encourage every entrepreneur, make sure whatever you are doing, you know what you are doing very well, have a good knowledge of what you are doing, then build it. Don't go beyond your ability, and with time, it will grow. All right. Thank you so much, sir. It is a total honor to have you in our midst. Thank you for honoring us. Thank you very much. I'm very, very honored. It's a privilege. Yes, sir. And I believe what you are doing will grow beyond this level. Amen. And we sincerely appreciate the privilege you give to us to appear here. Yes, sir. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Hello, beautiful viewers. Just like I told you that by the end of this video, you will be way better. And I trust that you are way better. But please do not forget to share our video. Click on the subscribe button, comment in our comment section, and like our video. You can also find us on IG at NaijaPairs, on Facebook at NaijaPairs, TikTok also at NaijaPairs. We love you. See you next time. Signing out is the Mary Jeremiah. Bye.